Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. JC here. I've been busy. I had been a little busy off camera and I made this nice little contraption. Which is just a loop of hydrogen. And it just feeds extra in whenever these two use it. And it's making... slowly, it's making deuterium. Yeah. So we can then make fuel rods. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Lovely. Wonderful. Perfect. So, yeah. I had to modify a few little pieces. I had to make all of that. So we're now actually making the tubes. And I've got a local supply of 100 in a box. Not that I really need it, because I'm now shoving it into there. Ready to be shipped off wherever I so need it. You'll also notice that if I actually want to extend this anymore, which I do, yeah, could be a problem. What buildings were these? These were these ones, which require... Right. Let's extend it. Because we'll take all of that, and we might as well just need to do that bit. And that bit. Rotate. There. There. I'll put the power pole there. Here we go. And it'll pull in extra from over here. Oh, I'm looking for the hydrogen. That's the kitty. I'll pull the hydrogen in there. Back down here. I need storage here. Couldn't have been just a little bit quicker, could you? There we go. See, I load all of that in there and everything's fine. And now we've got even more production. How to make these quicker? You upgrade the belts. It says it in its description. Its speed is based on the throughput. as soon as I can actually make these now, I actually have the materials to do it. It would take an awful lot of time. But all of these materials are actually part of the distribution network, so I could actually set up one of those near our little production area and just start converting them up. Not now. So what would happen from here? You then move from here into a production area to make the rods that then flow into the generators. Oh yeah, there's also solar panels. I don't have any accumulators or batteries yet. I don't have any of those, so the solar panels only really work during the day. Technicalities. Right. What were we working on? This was all in aid of to try and get the fuel and the power working, and it's just like, no. We have another solution now. I can build an X-ray receiver if I bother to collect the materials for it. Some steel, some silicon, that's no problem. And some super magnetic rings. Where did I put those super magnetic rings? I put them somewhere. There. I decided to have them actively working. So they're outputting, albeit very slowly. So this thing required 20 of them. Oh. Fine, 21. Fudge it. Okay, steel was... Hold on. It helps if you actually read it. Oh, it's 20 of everything. Okay. And 20. Okay, look for the big one. That's the kitty. That's where it all is. It's in this mess. Yes, I decided to have the surplus run off, around and in my infinite wisdom. Excuse me. I'd need 20. You know what? I'm better off just looking at this belt and going, nom 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 nom. Like that. Somewhere around here is steel. There it is. Enough. Now then, we need those exciter things, those weird glass thingies we made last time. So I'm going to fly around randomly until I bump into where I made them, because I can't remember where I made them. Nearby. Plan is to go around the equator with the solar panels, so I just got to give my automated facilities time to, you know, build them. Here we are. Oh. Oh, of course, because that's full. I haven't been... Right, I just need 10. I like it's pulling off 2 for each click, but you know. Right, this is where the main effort is going to be. Building the next thing along from this that will launch these off. And then building up production to meet its launch rate. Or building up the launch rate to meet production. Because I don't know which way around it is. But as you can see from its description, receives high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Swarm or Dyson Sphere. So when you upgrade it to the end product, you still get power. Received energy can be directly outputted to the power grid or stored as photons in a critical state. Right. The important thing was directly outputted to the power grid. Funnily enough. So I'm going to build one. I have an X-ray receiver. It's okay. Let's make a statement out of this and just connect it up. Like that.
You built a ray receiver, which can receive the high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson Sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
Right, yep, there is loss. Yeah. Has 2 different modes, power generation and photon generation. Power generation mode means that the ray receiver directly outputs the received energy into the grid. After update, there's a mechanic in the technology tree you can do. You can unlock the photon generation mode. That. 8 times. Ooh. Use this ultra high power. Can directly convert the received energy into photons. That's used. Easily convert critical photons into antimatter and hydrogen. Realizing energy storage as antimatter. That sounds horribly dangerous. Sounds technical. Sorry. It sounds utterly technical and way beyond me. Yes, of course. Strength. It'll act roughly like solar panels do, but it's a super solar panel. Oh yes, that's what some of the things it was saying. Once you make a graviton lens, you can make it more efficient, but it actually consumes them, I think. It is that little lensy thing, and it'll just track the sun. So I may need to build a couple of these around the place. Most notably, one on the opposite side of the planet. Or whichever point this is, I need to build one on the opposite side, so you almost always have connection to the sun, or the way up there. Well, to make use of that thing, we need to make use of these, because this makes the Dyson swarm. How do we make use of those? What we do is we build a honking great gun. Technical term, honking great gun. We'll just walk around for a little bit and try and find out. Alright. 20 steel. Well, I can just grab a whole load of steel, that's fine. And 10 super magnets. Roar! Over here. Now. Excuse me, sir. Can I have 10 of what you've got stored? Or as close as. Thank you. Now then, let's find steel production. It's one of the early things I did, so it's in the heart of all this mess. This way. Here we are. Look for the science production. That's the key thing. Here it is. There hasn't been an awful lot of demand. Steel production! Yeah. There you go. That should be enough to keep me going. So now what I can do is build a big zonking gun. Working consumption 1.8 megawatts. Not enough power. Okay. How does one make accumulators? Because this will help. It's the solar panel thing. Have I even researched them? I think I have. They are buildings. Yeah, they are. Oh god, they use those things. And silicone crystals, which can be converted straight from pure silicon. Iron. Okay. Right, well, let's head over to the area where I'm making those super magnets. Whee! Do you have any iron around here? That's the important thing. There's no iron I can nick. Oh. Yes, there is. A tiny amount of iron just there. Here it is. It's tiny, but it'll do. Okay, so it just needs to make some accumulators, that's all. Do I have any spare slots on this? Yes, I can set that to that. I only want 200 delivered. Local demand. Right, the drones will go off and fetch that for me. Filter to pure silicon. Oh, right, that's what I was colliding with, was it? There was, I don't know, crouching tree, hidden copper. Right. Alright, yeah, that needs to be converted, doesn't it? Standard issue, please convert. Right, so that's raw, 2 sets of raw materials. Yeah. I now need, they're already being stored in here, so I can pull it out, but as soon as I remember that there's a problem there, I need to do that. That. I guess I'm just going to need an assembler, aren't I? It doesn't matter about the speed, as long as they're being made. Please make one of them. Oh, I can now move faster. Okay, thanks. That's in the middle of my screen. Need you to make me buildings, accumulators. Oh, of course, the silicon needs to be processed, doesn't it? What ratios do you need that in? Right, the silicon needs to go on the inside. There's a bit of belt there. And a belt there. Put. So. Item. What is that? Made in a smelting factory. Oh, a smelter. It's the last one I can make. I need to grab more of those magnetic. need you to make those. Fine. Yep. Right, that's just going to slowly churn through that and produce them. I'm going to need... guessed it, a chunk of storage. Why this stuff can be so stubborn, I do not know. Okay. We don't need that many accumulators. It's not going to produce them very quickly. But I do need to... oh, at the moment I don't need to up the power. Oh. That's because we're getting solar panel at this power at this moment. Right. We've got a little bit of time. Check on our fuel tanks. Nice seeing a steady draw coming off of this. These guys aren't using very much of it, but it is nice to see a steady, constant draw being put on the oil because, well, we've got a lot of it. Doing alright for hydrogen though. Seems to be keeping it in line. Aha, there's my solar panel production area. It's only 50 at a time. Oh yes, I ran out of foundation as well. I didn't go any further. Now, where is that? We're on the main. I need to do something similar to like this over here. It'll probably come this way. So I produce the basic ones and then I upgrade. I have an upgrade facility over here. No, I'll probably put in a fresh tower to pull in the resources for that. Somewhere around here. Somewhere is... aha, there it is. It's my foundation storage. Plenty of that as well. It'll slowly churn through that. So we've got the solar panels, we've got the foundation. I guess we'll land on this thing. Not entirely sure. Why on earth did I get sidetracked? It was power and then I got sidetracked. I was meant to be producing these. might as well produce it. I mean, we went and collected all that stuff, then got sidetracked, and it's just like, oh, I've gone on a complete sidetrack, and what? Yes, I know we have power issues. I think what alerted me to that is its working consumption of 1.8 megawatts, which made me check the power grid and realise we don't really have an awful lot of power. So, what we're going to do, come out of construction, we're going to drop that down. The Great Eye. But, yeah. On that note, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is JC.